Okay, welcome back. So now what we're going to do, now we know how a switch works, we're going to try to replicate that really simple switch functionality using the Arduino. You might be wondering why you'd want to do that. Well, here we want to use the switch to turn on an LED. You can do that manually using an analog circuit. However, by using the Arduino, we can then also register the input. So while we're just going to turn an LED on here, later on we're going to be able to use that same input to do other things. Maybe to make a number change shape, maybe to make a letter change, maybe to do some counting. So we're going to jump straight across to the breadboard view so we can see what we're going to use. We're going to have our Arduino as usual, a breadboard, a switch, an LED, and a resistor, and this is a 220 ohm resistor, a red, red, black, black resistor. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our switch and we're going to place our switch onto our breadboard. It will go in here, but my preference is to put it across the valley. The reason being, it's easier to take it out again later if you put it across the valley. I'm going to put it over here in line 6, just so I've got a bit of room on either side. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to try to program our Arduino so that when we have a 5-volt input to one of our pins over here, we'll be able to detect whether the LED should be on or off. So I'm going to take a 5-volt wire, and I'm going to come to column 6. So that's 5 volts, which I'm going to mark as red. And then I'm going to take the other side of that switch, which is in column 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to put that into pin 2. Just going to bend it over here, out of the way if I can, just so you can see what's going on. So we've got 5 volts coming in, and then this wire, which let's make it orange, goes all the way over here to pin 2 as an input. So now in theory, if we press this button, 5 volts will appear on pin 2. Well, now we need to have some sort of output, and our output is going to be very straightforward. We're going to take our LED, and I'm going to put the LED in, I'm going to put it in column 15. Again, remember, you can put this wherever you want. And we need to put a protective resistor on. I'm going to put it on the negative side. On the negative side is the big side. Remember, inside there's a big electrode and a small electrode, so I've put it on the big electrode side. And now we just need to connect this up. So the negative side is ground. So I'm going to go to a ground pin. And I'm going to try to make this a little bit easier for you to follow. And we now need to connect the positive one. Let's connect that to pin 3. And I'm going to use blue, just because. So, if we turn pin 3 high, 5 volts, 5 volts will come along here. Current will flow through the LED, through the protective resistor, back round to ground. So you can see we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 wires, a switch, an LED, and a resistor. And if we move to the actual board, then we should be able to build this now. So here is our switch already in. These do require quite a bit of push to get them in, and you might need something like a pencil to lever it out again later. Now, we used a red and an orange wire for this, and we went 5 volts into column 6, so 5 volts into column 6, and then the sensor line into pin 2. We then had our LED, and our LED was, remember, big electrode, small electrode. We had the big electrode somewhere about there. We needed a 220 ohm resistor, which, let's see if we can get this to focus. Sort of. Red, red, black, black, brown. It's going to go here. Something like that. We connected ground to that side, and then we connected the output from the Arduino pin 3 to the other side. I've gone and used a green wire because I can't find my blue wire. So what you need to do is build that circuit, and then we'll jump into Arduino software and actually program it.